So I go in. I wasn't aware that the show merch booth was dead ahead of me, basically, because there was a massive Emrakul like blocking it. So I took a left turn. I thought I'd go around the edge. So I took a left, went straight, turned right, saw the merch booth, went over, joined the queue. 3 hours later, I got to the front of the queue. I bought both of our stuff and left the queue.
Hey guys, this is just your reminder to subscribe. If you have any questions or any cards that you want to send in for our Sicko Zone Hall of Fame, anything like that, shoot us an email. All of our info is down below.
There was just a weird thing on my camera.
I had, like, it was like, your camera's being used. I was like, fucking hope so.
So we'll maximize this.
Show notes over here. Cool. I had show notes open twice. That's a good start. And I don't need that over here to share my screen. All right, cool.
Ready to go. I think.
What?
We good?
Yeah, we're good to go.
Yep. So I guess that was the intro. Hello, welcome to episode 9 of the Magic Castles podcast. It's the MagicCon special, I guess. I'm Tom Overfiend, and this is Adam GCB. Adam.
Hi.
He's very sick. This man are very sick.
I'm very sick. So this will be a weird episode warning. Weird for a couple of things. One, Kerri's not here because it makes no sense in them being here when we're going to talk about MagicCon, and they didn't attend. Also, they are in their cave playing Final Fantasy 14.
14?
Yeah, because of the new DLC.
Dawnbringer? Is it?
Fuck knows. I don't know. Weeb shit. So she is currently game chair rotting, playing it at all God knows what hours of the day. So yeah, we'll probably skip a lot of our normal sections and kind of mainly talk about MagicCon and our experiences and all the fun stuff that happened there.
Adam needs to go back to bed.
I need to get back to bed. So we'll get into it, but I managed to pick up COVID. It's the second time I've picked up COVID. I got it a couple of years ago. And on the plane home, I was like really sniffly. I was just like, and there's a woman behind me who was like sounding like deaf. I was on death's door. So I put my mask on, and then like suddenly my face was streaming. I was like, oh no, I think I'm ill. Got home, tested twice, both positive. Tested this morning, faint line, so it's on the mend, but we're at that stage now where like my body's just like trying to eject everything out of it. So
you look like it.
Yeah, I got for the fucking war. So there's that. Also, I have shaved. Yeah, let's get over it. Thank you. Cool. Yeah, didn't mean to. I thought, I should probably like trim my face before I go to Amsterdam and be nice and prim and proper and be a hygienic member of this community. And then I took a guard that was way too short to my tash, and then it was like, can I pull this off? And I looked so fucking Amish. It was unreal. It was so bad, and I was like, I can't pull this off.
I did wonder why you shaved for it, but I didn't want to pry. I thought,
Yeah, because what ends up I'm just really bad at trimming. So like I either go for just like I let it grow out, I don't care, or it's usually gone. So it's gone. It'll be back soon, hopefully. Hate it. So this episode is gonna be weird. I'm sick as all hell, and Kerri's not here.
I somehow once again dodged COVID like Neo in the Matrix. I don't know how I do it.
It's wild. So I'm pretty sure. Unless people haven't tested or what have you, but I've only seen like me and one other person catch it, and it was one of the people I was staying with, which is crazy.
But I was around you the whole time.
And you were around me the whole time. James, Kerri's partner, who I was sharing a room with, listeners from last episode will know, didn't get it either.
You probably got on the plane then.
But then it was like,
the
it was like instantaneously. Like, remember when I was telling you, like, oh, my eyes feel really itchy, my throat's really dry?
Yeah.
Apparently, like, this current strain is like very hay fever like, and I don't suffer from hay fever. So I think I actually had it on like Saturday.
Okay.
But really weird, no one else caught it. But I wasn't like coughing or like spluttering anywhere.
No, you weren't.
So I don't know. But until, sorry. By the way, you think I fucking struggle with words normally? This episode's going to be a doozy. Like, I'm all over the shop. So, I wasn't coughing or spluttering Saturday, Sunday, and then it was like Monday on the plane and getting home, and that was it. And then I was gone. So yeah, crazy. So anyway, strange warning over. We hope to be back to normal programming next episode. With all our usual bits. I think we'll probably just do kind of MagicCon recap and then probably discuss the preview panel really quickly. I've got the Twitter thread, so we can kind of flip through it and call out the best bits.
Well, we can go into Bloomberg next episode properly. That should be dropping the week of, so...
We'll see. I'll get into my thoughts on all of this as well, because Assassins isn't even out yet, and it's just like, forgotten about it.
So fun.
And then we'll do Sicko Hall of Fame, Sicko's Hall of Fame, and then we'll probably wrap up. So it'll probably be a short episode. One, due to the fact that I can barely talk, and we haven't got a third host that we normally go for. Also, for context, we are recording this on Thursday. It is currently 4:00. This is going live at 7. So it is going to be a really, really fucking fast turnaround. Yes. Normally we record on the weekend before and kind of gives us 4 days to prep. But it was really, really touch and go with my COVID. So MagicCon. Tom, you might as well go first. I feel like you had a way better time than I did.
Yeah, it was it was a lot of fun. I played a lot of games of Commander. Everyone was saying, you don't need to take that many decks, you'll never play that many games. I played every deck I took once, and then there was one deck that I didn't get a game in with. But every deck I took but one, I played a game with, so that's 8 games. Which ain't too bad, plus the unknown event, so I got a decent amount of game in. Yeah, it was great. It felt like I was there for 2 weeks. Met a lot of people, played a lot of games, just hanging out. Everyone was super chill, super fun. Yeah,
that time blur is real.
Yeah,
it felt like I'd been there for no time, but also had never left. Like, all I knew was the RI.
Yeah, the first day especially, really, that was like 3 or 4 days worth of experience in one day. It was very odd.
It felt like being in the time chamber in Dragon Ball.
Yeah, it really did.
You were just like, nothing else matters.
Yeah.
Because nothing else, nothing else exists out of this space. Yeah, we are in the void, and that's fine. So yeah, that was strange for sure. I will say, having done a lot of conventions in a previous life, I felt like that convention space was perfect for like a Magic event.
It was great.
I think the way it was split up and the flow of it was really well organized. I felt like it was kind of right, like the right spot for it as well. It was really cool. Queues were a bit of an issue. I think you can probably go into your merch nightmare.
So day one, we were waiting. There was like a little holding pen outside where there were tables you could play on, which was a great idea.
Yeah.
Brilliant. You could jam games outside while waiting. They started queuing up, and it was like snaking around the queue. When the doors opened, they just opened the end, so there was no real queue. Everyone just started flowing in. So I went in. I hadn't met up with you yet. I think you were running late. You were doing other things, yeah. So I go in. I wasn't aware that the show merch booth was dead ahead of me, basically, because there was a massive Emrakul like blocking it. So I took a left turn. I thought I'd go around the edge. So took a left, went straight, turned right, saw the merch booth, went over, joined the queue. 3 hours later, I got to the front of the queue. I bought both of our stuff and left the queue. So the maybe less than a minute that I took on my little detour probably cost me about half an hour, 45 minutes, because I know Alex and Dom went in about the same time as me, and they were queuing for 2.5 hours. So yeah, that was fun. They'd sold out of Assassin's boxes by the time I got to the front, so I had to sort of settle for a few booster packs. The staff there, although lovely, didn't know the products they were selling, which was a bit of a nightmare, which I think contributed to the queue times. And the other thing that I think really contributed to the queue times was the method of payment. You basically, the staff essentially filled like an online shopping basket for you and then handed you an iPad for you to complete the online shopping style checkout. Yeah. So you had to type your name in, your address, which kind of blew my mind because they've got all that on your card. So surely they could have had a system where they scanned your lanyard, and then that was you. I don't know. I'm not in charge. So yeah, that took a while because obviously typing on an iPad is a bit finicky. But my guy gave me the wrong things multiple times. I think you could tell I was getting a bit irate because obviously I've been queuing for 3 hours. I was nice, but I was getting a bit.
Mm-hmm.
I told him to make sure I wanted to get 2 of the promos. You had to spend €138 to get the promo card. And I was doing your shop as well, so I was like, I want to make sure I get 2 of them.
Appreciate
so he's like, that's all right. He's like, okay, I'll make sure you get 2. So we added it up. We were fine. He goes, I'll put an extra one in for you. I was like, yeah, hell yeah. Go back to find you, who you arrived in the 3 hours I'd been standing up. Look in the bag, and he'd given me 5, so that made up for it a little bit. So you got 2, I got 3. Not too bad. But yeah, that was the only thing I really queued up for. But I know the artists were getting kind of like intense. The Magelli queue got capped multiple times
before even opening on 2 days, right?
Day 3 or day 2, it was capped before the doors even opened. So it was just the Black Lotus people. I don't understand the mentality of going to an artist and dropping a stack of like 50 basics on them, just asking for signatures. Like, I know John Avon wasn't. When I spoke to him, he didn't seem too super enthusiastic about doing that and enjoyed doodling on the cards more. But I know I wouldn't personally enjoy that. But it's it's a living, right?
Why is that not? I mean, if they're paying for it, whatever. But if it's like
they are paying for it,
okay, then it's, I guess it's up the sickos out there going, I want all my John Avon lands for my EDH deck signed, and paying extortionate amounts of money for it. That's on them.
I think there's a better way of doing it though. They could maybe have some kind of like bulk.
I mean,
system.
The proper way to do it, if you were going to have some sort of system in place, would be you ship it to them beforehand, they do it, and then take it to the con, and then you still get the meet and greet experience, but without.
Or you just drop it off day 1 and then have a time slot on day 3.
Back. Yeah, don't stand. Imagine standing over John Avon watching sign your forest.
I was in a queue behind a guy who had 12, I think, done, and he was just stood there in silence. Like, obviously, he was talking for a little bit, but there's only so much you can say. Like,
yeah,
I don't know
for sure.
But yeah, queued up for a couple of the artist things. But yeah, that was my main queue nightmare. You got lucky.
Yeah.
You didn't queue for anything, did you?
I have to queue for everything. Didn't queue for merch because you picked up my order. Thank you very much. And then, Wizard of Barge was like, walked straight up. Was like, want that shirt?
Yeah.
Already on your PayPal for you. Because I spotted Dave was paying for PayPal and queue. He was like, cool. And I was like, cool. See you around. Legitimately, I find this is my first MagicCon. I found the experience incredibly intense.
Oh yeah.
Just from I love Command Fest because the point of Command Fest is let's all play games.
Yeah.
With MagicCon, everyone's got 100 different motives. And they're all clashing, not clashing, but you got, a con hall full of people, and everyone's determined to cross off XYZ from their wish list of like, these are the things that I need to do, and and other people doing that, and it's all like space permitted, and it's all time permitted as well. So I found it like just incredibly, like everyone had this like urgency to them that I did not appreciate, but like it's not what I'm there to do. Like I'm there to like play games and chill and see people and have fun. Whereas like the panels, whilst good, it's like we'll talk about it in a minute. You can just catch up with that on Twitter. So like ultimately that's unless you are reporting on it and then being first on the draw is like important to your job. I kind of just like the best experience to see previews really is probably watching the recap video in your own time and being able to like pause and rewind all that kind of stuff, and
actually get a close look at the things.
Yeah, and so the community panels, like like Max's trivia show, I think it's a bit different because it's like that is like kind of you want to be in the room and it's interactive. That's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it was very like. Not busy, like the hustle and bustle of MagicCon, I think was just very, very like took me by surprise, but I don't think really, because I should realize that going in. And then like we were stationed a lot in the creator area because our friends typically have creator passes, so it was like playing games with our friends means we have to play games with creators. Gross, disgusting. And that area,
Adam, we're creators though.
No,
we're not legally recognized creators though, but we are.
Yeah, we're not even professional idiots. We're amateur idiots.
Hell yeah.
So that zone, whilst nice, I think really, really nice that it was like so open. I think that definitely. However, I think it was so open to its detriment in that like it was, crowds could just pop out of nowhere, and then suddenly you're having sensory issues, be it either audio or just like visual, because there's just so much going on. Like it was hard to kind of stay focused on like our games. We'll talk about it a bit, but like on the Sunday we played our shuffle game, the HRX shuffle game with Adam, the Gathering, and Jeremy. It was lovely. His wife. Great people. Thank you for coming. Thank you for playing. Really, really fun game. Apart from me getting land screwed, but like apart from that, it was like a really, really fun game. I feel like everyone's deck's got to do a little bit of what they were meant to do, and then Jeremy just destroyed us. Yeah. But like during that game, there was like a guy behind me whining about card names or some bullshit.
I'm so glad I couldn't hear that.
Oh, dude, I was about to. It's like I've never turned around to someone and been like, "Can you please shut up?" But we were very close to that. So, but like that's all I could hear, and it was really hard for me because I have like audio selective nonsense anyway. But it was really, really hard for me to like focus on the game with you guys and then be in the moment and have fun and be present. So, but that's just the nature of playing in a con space, I guess. But the free play areas were super, super cool. I feel like, apologies. I'll use a cough button going forward. The free play area was really cool. I think everyone we played was really good. I think every game that I had, apart from one, which we'll talk about in a minute, was the perfect game for that time. So like, be it absolute insane group hug bullshit with Rocco, or incredibly fast games of O'Hare Axonal. Sorry. Yeah. To be fair, right, Kristen said, I want a fast game because she had stuff to do. So I said, I'll play O'Hare. And no one said no. I did also say O'Hare is removed on site.
Yeah.
So I gave fair warning. And then O'Hare won on turn 5. Which is, I think, my only deck that can win like that quickly. But yeah, so all the games felt like they were kind of perfect for that time.
One thing I'll say about the free space as well, there was plenty of room. There was no because I remember hearing nightmares about people not even playing on the floor at some conventions, things like that. There was spare tables everywhere.
Yeah,
you didn't have to look far.
It was crazy. I think like that amount of dedication to like, hey, breakout areas is super important, and like it's probably an issue the fact that they had so much space. Like the ticketed play was just in its own hall. You could spend 3 days at a convention and never even walk into the ticketed hall area, and we probably wouldn't have if it wasn't for Unknown on Sunday.
I'd be honest, I didn't even know it was there until we went into the Unknown.
And then it was like, and then there were breakout areas like even away from like the kind of main show floors. So there was like areas like upstairs that were like, you know, really, really chill and really, really quiet, but also just like empty and full of tables. So I think
those were great.
If that is a learning, cough. Wizards, if you're listening, I think a learning for MagicCon to the future is making sure that those kind of free play breakout areas are preserved.
I do think the issues with the last one had a bit of a negative impact on them. I do think they've learned from that now, which is good because that's what people are going there for. So it looks so bad on them if people have been forced to sit on the floor to play. So hopefully this was them fixing that, and going forward they'll do it.
I also played all of my decks, not all at MagicCon.
You got some.
So I had to lend out Descana to Kerri's partner James because BA didn't put his suitcase on the fucking plane, which I feel like is step one of their job. Sorry. And so we got to Schiphol Airport, and his luggage just never showed up. After some guy made a joke about it as well. Like, we were in a queue, and it was like, I was like, oh, yeah, we checked him first. So, we checked him really early.
Yeah.
And then I was like, so chances are, like, ours are going to be first on, last off. And then some guy was in front of us. He was like, and sometimes they don't even put him on the plane at all. And then he just walked off. And then suddenly...
It was him. He did it.
And then suddenly James's back was stuck in Heathrow. So...
Did it never turn up at all?
No, it did. So they put it on a flight on Saturday.
Right.
And didn't tell us.
Cool.
So James checked in on Sunday, and they were like, oh, yeah, it's at Schiphol Airport. It's been there since yesterday. And it was like, well, no one's updated me. So it got sent over Sunday. It got sent on Friday. Was there on Saturday. I'm getting my days confused. I'm ill.
Yep.
Leave me alone. Don't bully me. I'll cry. So it arrived Saturday night.
Okay. And then did you pick it up, or did you grab it at the airport?
It was sent to the Airbnb that we were staying
at.
at.
Okay, that's all right. At least
so he had his clothes and his decks for effectively one day. So got to do it. But I let James Descana. We played a couple games on Thursday night at the Airbnb to work out like what decks he wants to borrow.
Yeah, he got the discount, the budget Amsterdam fit as well.
Yes, he had to go buy a whole set of like new clothes to wear as well. It's mad fucked up because if they lose your luggage, like they don't care. They don't care what you're there to do. They don't care how long you're there for. But also, life lesson: can check your decks in.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was thinking about it the night before. I was like, oh, maybe I can just check a couple. I checked Krond in. I don't give a fuck about Krond. I wanted Krond to go missing.
Yeah, I had 4 decks in my bag. Wait, no, it's 5 decks in my bag because I had Strefan as well, and then I had 4. My 4 most expensive ones on me. So if my bag did go missing, at least I had 4 decks. I'd be happy to play.
I was scared, and then when coming back from Dam, I got absolutely fucking murdered at Schiphol Airport by customs.
I still can't. I wish somebody had been recording that.
So people were giving a heads up that Schiphol, like gate security, I don't know what you call them, but just like check-in security, were checking everyone's bags for cards. Because something was setting off the radars, basically. Cards were getting swabbed. I went in and was like, I'll be fine.
Let it be known that I was absolutely fine going through. They opened my bag and checked my aftershave, and that was it. Thankfully.
So they scanned my bag, and then it got the queue, like the second queue for stuff getting checked was like long as well. And it wasn't just Magic people. I think I was the only Magic person like in my queue. And then they scanned my bag again. And then it comes up on the screen, and then Liam and James, who I was flying with, said it looked hilarious because it was like my bag, and then it's just got massive black bars where my decks are, or like black boxes. So it was like, it looked like, you know, something they want to check. So
why did yours flag and mine didn't? That's what I want to know.
Do your boxes have magnets on them?
No.
I think it's the magnets.
Actually, my one case did have a tiny magnet.
The Ultra Pro Sidewinders have magnets in them, and those are the two those are the two that they swapped.
That checks out.
They didn't swap my quiver because I was just like, this? They were like, no, those. And I was like, oh, okay. So yeah, they swapped my quiver, my Sidewinders, and then were like, and then she was like, how much is this deck? And I was like, it was Geared. And I was like, motherfucker, you picked the most expensive deck I've got on me. I was like, $650. Because I've learned with like border control and like these people that check your bags was, don't joke with them until they joke with you. Like until they crack a little one-liner, then it's fine. But until like that happens, like you play it straight. So, that's $650. She was like, for one card. I was like, no, for the whole everything in that box is $650. She was like, okay. She was like, what about this one? I was like, no. And she went, how much have you got on you today? And I was like, about $3,000 worth of cards. And she was like, wow. She's like, I'm guessing you're not married. And I was like, motherfucker. And I was like, yep, cool. No, I definitely am, but thanks. And it was like literally, but it was more just like, also that was happening effectively in front of the crowd.
Yeah. Crazy.
And then the other woman was like, oh my God, these card games, like, I'm so over like you guys. I was like, oh, cool, thanks. Just because they've been doing it like all day.
Yeah. Why was she asking how much they were worth?
I don't know. I don't know if it was like a point of curiosity or a point of like, that's the things that I didn't know. Again, like I said, until you make
a joke.
Until they make a joke about it, I'm not gonna lie or dodge or like, you know, or do anything. I was like, just be straight shooting until
I don't remember if I
told otherwise. Right.
Don't remember if I told you, but at the airport back when I landed in Birmingham, I was going through passport control, and the lady asked me what I'd been doing on my holiday. I said a convention. She goes, "Oh, what convention?" I go, "Oh, it was a magic convention." Just
Tricks.
because that's what I call it.
Yeah.
She goes, "Oh, you're a magician." I was like, oh, damn it! It's like, no, it's a card.
What's bad about that? What's bad about that is that it didn't pass. I thought that you don't look like a magician.
I hate that. I hate that. I look like a magician.
She's like, this guy kind of looks like a magician.
I hate that.
But yeah, MagicCon, great, fun. Deck's good. Unknown, I don't know how. I'll be truthful. Unknown, I feel like was overhyped.
Yes.
In my opinion.
Yes.
I feel like the playtest cards are really cute and really nice, especially if you get ones of your friends. But that is such a small fucking bubble of people, right? So I got one of Kristen and then passed it on to her during the event, which if that was actual like competitive REL would have been fucking booted from the event. But it wasn't. It was like a casual thing, obviously. But like that experience is only going to happen for like dozens of people, right? Which is like I opened a playtest card of my friend. Yeah. The nice thing was we both opened Ristic Studies creator cards and got them signed by Sam, which was lovely.
Lovely chap.
We were all disassociating. I felt like when we met, we were just like all tired, just like, you sign this, please.
Yeah, I felt so bad afterwards. I was like, oh, I wish it could have been nicer.
He was tired. I was tired as well. Yeah, it's like Mr. YouTube man, sign my thing. So that was really cool. But yeah, like the event itself, it was just like fine. It was a lot of like the entry fee was quite high for what it was. And I felt like it was I won't say prize support, but like the value you were given wasn't great.
So it was 2 Modern Horizons 3 boosters, an Outlaws booster, an Outlaws Collectors booster, a Murders booster, and a
Ravnica
Remaster booster, and then the playtest cards. So I think a couple more Collectors boosters would have made it a bit nicer. Like they could have they could have done a Ravnica Collectors. You know, that seems like an easy.
Yeah, I mean that set's miserable to open, or just like Assassins, or just something a bit spicier than like
MH3 Collectors.
Yeah, I mean that would have been half the value of the ticket would have been one pack then.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did feel a bit light on that front. And then the format we had to play was Commander Sealed 1-on-1.
I thought that was fun. Like
that was fun.
Any part, it was partners, but any partners, as long as it's 2 cards, 3 colors max.
Yes, as long as your commanders had to be, your partners had to be monocolored, draw colored, and you couldn't go over 3 colors in your total color identity. And then it was rolling pairs, which to me felt like, as a TO, that felt to me like it's Sunday and I can't be bothered anymore.
Yeah. I spoke to a guy, and I think it was that Saturday as well. So it's not like a.
Oh, okay, that's fine. I don't feel as hard done by.
It did feel a bit like, all right, that's it. You just do your thing now. Yeah,
and then you played 3 games. Walked up to the judge, was like, I played game 1, and then they could either pair you with another person, or you could go find someone else to play with. And then you, at the end, gave in your slip, and you picked up a promo playtest card, I guess. Like it was a promo card that was not in the event packs.
I would have liked an actual promo card from it as well. I thought that might have made it slightly more worth it.
Yeah. I think
a playtest and a normal promo card.
Yeah, I think there could have been little things. I think the main thing is like it was also access is a horrible word. Access like Gavin, like because he was walking the halls and talking to people. So it was more like effectively a very, very expensive meet and greet.
He was very busy though, not very talkative.
Yes. And
which is fair because he's getting slammed. Yeah.
Yes, he's there to work. So
saying that, man of the people, he stayed all night at the party on Friday. So got to love him for that.
Yeah.
A lot of people disappeared, but he hung out the whole night.
Do you want to talk about your emo party? I don't know what. I don't know what was there beyond.
Yeah, so I wasn't actually that excited about it because I don't know. I don't go out much. I'm not a clubbing kid anymore. So I hopped on the train to, I think, Murderport is how I read it. I don't know what it was actually called, but it looked like Murderport, and I was like, oh, that's weird. Jumped off, had some issues with the gate, but managed to foreigner my way through it. And then I was just walking through suburban Amsterdam, which was odd. And I was thinking to myself, there's absolutely no way there's a nightclub around here. Turn a corner and there it was. It's also a recording studio as well. It was a bit weird. It was a club space, a recording studio, a cafe and a hotel, all in the same like building, but it was all like music focused. It was
right. Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, went in. I was fully expecting a search because it was a nightclub, and then I remembered I was in Amsterdam, and they just let me right through. Got there with some people that we know. There was 2 rooms, the karaoke room, which was bad. There was like 30 songs on it, apparently. I know like Gavin and some other like people did some stuff in there, which is whatever. The main room was just looked like your average club area. There was a DJ on for the first hour who wasn't really my thing. He was playing a lot of indie stuff, which is fine if you're into that. At this point, I was panicking. We were kind of sat around the edge. Everyone was sat around the edge. There was 3 dudes in the middle of the room loving it, but they were just pissed out of their minds. They were loving it. And I was thinking, if it's this all night, I might head home early. Spied some of the LRR guys around. JLK was there. Shivam. A bunch of like the people turned up. Gavin, obviously. But then after that guy's DJ set finished, the actual club DJs, like the in-house, like
right?
It was no barrier. It was called. It's like their metalcore night basically came on.
Right. Okay.
And I don't think I've ever seen a better like club night DJ set. They were mixing the songs into each other like really good. Their mixing was amazing. They played just so many bangers, and people got into it. There was pits, there was circle pits, there was people crowd surfing. It was so good. Everyone was singing along. Just really good time. Gavin was dancing with people. Like Gavin was in it.
Was there anything Magic themed?
Just on the screen, they were showing like card art. That was it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it felt a bit like it was a. So from what you're saying, it felt like it was a pre-existing club night that had kind of been hijacked by Magic. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
But people were loving it. Like honestly, it felt like I was at a proper club night. Everyone was really getting into it. Even the people like at the back were like, dancing stuff. Because obviously it's not everyone's taste. Josh, our Josh, Prince of Baltan, he is a mosh pit fiend, and I had no idea. There was one point, I can't remember what song it was. I think it was Slipknot. There was a circle pit, or was it a Bring Me song? There was a circle pit anyway. I'm standing with Eliza and Josh. Josh is at this point got his glasses off. He turns to me and he goes, and then he just sprinted into the circle pit, and it was the most magical experience of my life. It was so good. But yeah, it was a really good time. As I said, Gavin stayed all night. Which was pretty impressive. I know a bunch of the others kind of maybe left, but it obviously wasn't their scene. But Gavin, bless him, was there until closing.
And I apologise for chopping all over the place. I'm fucking ill, and I'm recording podcasts. Just I am God's strongest soldier today.
You are. You're doing so good. I'm proud of you.
Thank you. I was going to say that it's not the end of the world that the party wasn't Magic themed, because the fucking event hall was open until midnight on Friday and Saturday. So if you did want to stay and play Magic, you could until early hours of the morning.
Yeah, it was an after
which is wild, and I've never seen a convention do that, like ever. To be like, oh yeah, we're open until tomorrow.
It's pretty cool.
It is really, really cool, and I think like hopefully that obviously convention hall dependent. I think that should be a thing that they try to continue going forward. I do think it kind of clashed with like them putting the party on a Friday, just because it was the first day that the event was open till midnight. They were also running F&M at MagicCon, which I think is really, really cool. And if you are a nerd who's fully in it, you're probably going to want to play as much Magic as possible, and not go to a club night.
Yeah. But I don't think they'd miss the club night if they wanted to do F&M. I think a lot of the people who did the F&M or stayed at the venue wouldn't be the people who wanted to do clubbing, So.
Yeah, no, for sure. The Venn diagram of wanting to stay at MagicCon until midnight into wanting to attend a club night, I think is quite a small crossover, and I think the party was probably for a more casual audience who were just there to have a good time. So that's fun.
Also worth noting, they sold out tickets. It was completely sold out. Because I know they were struggling to shift the tickets at one point.
Yeah, they were literally peddling. They were literally peddling tickets on the tannoy at 8 p.m. on Friday.
They managed to sell it out, which fair play to them. And it was a good time. I'm so glad I went. And I genuinely, as I was on the train there, I was thinking, I don't even know why I'm bothering. But yeah, great time.
That's cool. But yeah, all in all, I know we've said some negatives, but I think the positives outweigh those massively. I think the negatives 100%. Are more. I think the overall experience was so positive that any sort of niggling thing that sticks out more, just because there's not enough to kind of really hang a hat on in terms of this was bad, this was bad, this was bad. It's unknown could have probably been a bit more value.
Queues.
But that's when you an event this big, it's 10,000 people. Yep. An event this big, you're gonna have queues, and you're also gonna have rep staff who are part of some event agency. And Magic is as a product, as a culture, is so just full of weird minutiae and things that aren't recognizable to a normal human being. Mm-hmm. Like you saying, I want this, trying to explain even simple things like play mats to like someone who does not understand Magic the Gathering is like, they're like, what is that? Why do you need it? So like, I think, we could all do ourselves a favor and take a step back and realize that these events and the people that are staffing them, not like running them and organizing them, but the people that are staffing them, who are human fucking beings, aren't going to know, the ins and outs of all the product SKUs, and because we get fucking confused and we're in it. Like, we get confused by collector's play set, all this kind of stuff. And how do you expect a normal person to kind of like pass that and then be like, oh, I can sell this at speed? So, sorry. And so, yeah, I think overall, really, really positive experience. I think it'll be really interesting to compare it to Command Fest, this London Command Fest. And then I guess I think that'll be like the two most recent events, and not looking at last year's London event or Birmingham through kind of like rose tinted glasses, and being able to what are the pros and cons of this for sure.
I'm not the biggest, speaking of Command Fest Twickenham, I'm not the biggest fan of that venue, so I am kind of interested to see how it feels now.
Yeah, I feel like it's just got that old school Magic event vibe to it, isn't it? 'Cause it's just one big fucking hall.
It's like school hall assembly feeling.
Yeah, whereas Birmingham is at least like split up. And I think like this fucking weird architecture like design, but like the fact that the whole event's like on that curve, so you kind of like you walk and it doesn't feel, you can't see
the other end.
You can't see the end of the event, right? Like you have to like keep going around. Whereas Twickenham, you walk in and that's everything.
Yeah, you can see from end to end of it, and that's it. It's the whole.
Yeah,
way.
So it's got this kind of like. I think it's going to be the same. But
you don't?
We'll see. I think it'll be the same.
Oh, okay.
Like last year, I don't think they're going to change it at all.
It'd be nice if they've got two areas, but I guess we'll have to wait and see.
I mean, that is not a comment on how the event is run at all. The event's great.
The event's amazing.
Actually, now great. Alex is great. That team that run that, great. It's more just like I think like when you're sitting down in it and you're playing for 12 hours, it is a bit nice to go, oh, the surroundings I'm in are aesthetically pleasing, and this is a cool venue to be in for sure.
I'll say the other benefit of the Birmingham one is the windows. I think the windows help a million%, like being able to see the outside, because you're just stuck in a box into it.
No, I agree. Yeah, I agree for sure. Yeah. Speaking of Amsterdam, even though we weren't, let's chat preview panel real quick. Real quick. I pre-zoomed in. I'm ill, but I can still.
You did it.
I can still do my fucking job. This was a weird preview panel because it was so focused on Duskborn, and Bloomburrow. I guess it's because Bloomburrow preview season is coming up very, very shortly. But it did feel like in a world where Modern Horizons 3 has just come out, was out like that, like the week before, right? MagicCon? 2 weeks before?
2 weeks before.
Assassin's Creed is out tomorrow.
Time
of recording. So July 5th. Bloomburrow is not out yet. And Duskborn is like October. It's the holiday set, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this was really like, it just felt weird to be like looking forward to
I will say, I know what you're going to say, and I will say, they do normally do these really early. They will really early spoil 4 or 5 cards. They've done this for a long time. They just haven't done it in this. They will normally just reveal them online. That's it. They'll never do them in this kind of video format. And
it's not the method. It's more just like the timing is so strange because it's like
the fact they're doing them at the same time is a bit of a weird one.
Yeah, well, they're trying to do the whole like cute and evil,
cute and creepy.
Yeah, and then like it's for me. It's more the fact that like Modern Horizons 3 has just come out. You're doing a pro tour where Nadu is just destroying the fucking format, and then Assassins isn't even out yet, but you're and then we've got Bloomburrow coming up, and there's Dustmore. I wasn't like product fatigued. I think it was just a bit like Wizards was not allowing people who are switched on, which is probably a very small portion of their player base, right? Like, we're sickos. We do a fucking podcast about it. Like, we are people who are in the same kind of mindset as us are probably in like a different bracket of people who generally care about this stuff and kind of passes by. But the ability to not be able to breathe and enjoy anything of this, I felt at MagicCon.
Yeah.
Like, for sure. Anyway.
I think what they're doing with this is they're trying to replicate some of the Lord of the Rings. They're going after people who don't play Magic. They're like, oh, here's some cute animals, or here's some creepy stuff, or here's some Assassin's Creed. They're trying to just get more people in, which is fine. But yeah, it's very intense.
Magic the Gathering is getting a set called Foundations, releasing this year.
Love the
Foundations
logo.
is a really cool logo. It's a set aimed at new players. Design philosophy. What would a set simply called Magic the Gathering look like? Foundations cards will be standard legal until at least 2029. The only comparison point, so you feel like this is a bit weird, like having an evergreen kind of core set. Hearthstone does this. It's called the Classics. So Hearthstone has a non-rotating set called the Classic set, and then occasionally cards will come in or come out of that set. So what they might do is say there's an expansion, a non-Foundations expansion down the line, and there's a card in there that plays really well and feels effectively mechanically evergreen. That would sometimes work its way into Classics, or the Classic set. I could see something similar happening here, right? Which is like, say there is a card that feels like it is in a Duskmourn, but doesn't feel intrinsically tied to that mechanically, but just feels like a really, really rock solid like evergreen design. It would eventually, once it rotates out of standard, it might rotate into Foundations.
The only concern with that is it wouldn't be available in Foundations product, because I assume they're just going to be selling this the whole time it's legal. This is going to be constantly printed for like 4 years.
I don't know what their print schedule is, but what it could be is like it could rotate into standards at the end of 2029, basically, or what have you. Yeah.
I can't wait to see what they print in this that gets banned instantly, because I'm sure they will.
I don't know why it has collector boosters. If it's aimed at new players, it feels a bit weird to have high ticket, the high ticket booster, like ticket to entry in it, but like it's fine, whatever.
Yeah. I love the idea of the beginner box though.
Yeah, it's because of the they'll be able to make nice shiny treatments of things like Llanowar Elves and Day of Judgment, right? So like your core kind of like fundamental Magic cards are probably going to get nice shiny treatments. I wonder if because collector boosters are only ever a first print run, aren't they? That's it. So whatever they print at, so they're not going to print collector boosters until 2029, or maybe they will. Who the fuck knows?
If the beginner box has literally got enough to get you like set up and going, that's such a good idea, because like getting into stand is quite a tricky thing this year.
When I was a store owner, it was like the two kind of ways to get into Magic were the intro decks, which aren't that useful. I don't feel like they were ever that useful, because it's not enough to play a game with something. Like someone else has to get an intro deck, and then some of the intro decks were like silver bullets for the other one, so it was never great. And then the other thing was like the deck builder's toolkit, which is like actually a step above like the intro deck. So if they've got like hey, you can buy a box and it's very similar to like the starter kits, but like maybe a bit more expanded, I think that's probably a good way to get people into Magic. Omniscience is getting a reprint. good, sure. And then while they're doing a bunch of reprints in Foundations, there's also going to be new cards. So Anthem of Champions is basically an Anthem effect in green and white. It's an enchantment. I think this is good. I think this also just allows them to like kind of reset what some of the core color pie principles are.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the main thing with this. It's just going to be setting what the color pairs do.
Yeah, for sure. And then
they fixed Cauldron Familiar.
Do you know what? I haven't actually read this. So 9 Lives Familiar is this is the thing about being a MagicCon. Like they're like, here's a card. Like I haven't got time for that. I'm in a game, and and then you're just in.
This is one of the few I've read. So
cool. So 9 Lives Familiar is a 1/1 cat, cost 1 black. It reads, this creature enters with 8 revival counters on it. If you cast it, when this creature dies, if it had a revival counter on it, returns to the battlefield with 1 fewer revival counter on 1 fewer revival counters on it at the beginning of the next end step. Okay, yeah. So it's just
it's Cauldron Familiar, but it can only come back. It can only be cast 9 times,
and it costs 3.
It costs 3.
So unplayable. I guess it's like you could sack it, right? Like you'd sack it to like Altar of whatever. Okay, fine.
It's Cauldron Familiar, which without you don't do the oven. So
yeah. Borderless treatments, alternative art treatments. That Omniscience is really, really nice. Yeah, Anthem's quite nice as well, actually, with the Hydras. It's cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Every cat in Magic the Gathering looks exactly the fucking same. That could be any card. Cool. Foundations will also feature 5 Planeswalkers. Nice. Duskmourn. So I'm just going to cough 1 second. I'm really sorry, audio listeners. Duskmourn looks sweet. So
the art is amazing. Every single piece
it's
is
like
incredible.
I can't remember if I saw a tweet or if it was something I said and someone I can't remember. But basically, the idea of like Duskmourn is like Phyrexia is like the body horror plane, whereas like Duskmourn is just like the horror plane. So like there are, if you look at the art for Duskmourn and Phyrexia, a lot of it kind of have like tonal crossover, but I feel like this is going to feel way more traditional in terms of like kind of going for those horror vibes. Cool. Dan Mumford is back.
Hell yeah.
Except
they gave him colours this time.
Yeah. Look what happens when you give Dan Mumford colour. Jesus Christ. These are sick.
So cool. So cool.
The swamp is awesome. It's incredible. They're all awesome.
They're all beautiful.
Made me very, very poor. Lots of art. They're showing off a lot of art.
I'm sure I read somewhere that there was an artist who did a piece and he was given basically his prompt was so vague, like he was just allowed to do whatever he wanted.
Okay.
Which is quite cool that they're just letting the artists do stuff.
If you're working, I think it depends, obviously it depends what artists they're working with, but if you're working with like artists with a specific style, chances are for Duskmourn it's going to be horror, right? Like you kind of want them to flex it, and Magic is not, Magic and Wizards are known for high fantasy art, not necessarily like modern horror.
Yeah. So it was some weird big blob monster and it looked really cool.
Yeah, you probably need to be like a bit looser with your briefs in terms of like, we kind of want this.
Yeah, which is really refreshing to hear.
Yeah. Ley lines are back. There's a new cycle of ley lines. Leyline the Hope reads 2 white for an enchantment. If Leyline of Hope is in your opening hand, you may begin the game with it on the battlefield. If you would gain life, you gain that much +1 instead. As long as you have at least 7 or more life, then your starting life total. Creatures you control get +2/+2. This didn't go wrong before when we gave it to the Angels, so we're going to put it on enchantments that are free.
But at least it says higher than your starting life and not higher than 20.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
a little bit like, is it historic? Mono white Angels and historic? Do you ever play that deck in Arena? No. You would just, it was like all the Kaldheim Angels that read like if you had 7 or more life, like over your starting life total.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was busted. 7 life more than your starting life total is not a hard condition to meet.
Yeah.
At all. I saw a tweet that said there are televisions in Magic now. Magic the Gathering is dead. To which I say, get fucked.
From what I can gather, the people in this set are from like modern day. Like they've been pulled to this plane from the modern, like now.
So it's the, from what I read, and I might be wrong, this plane was like a normal plane. And then some corruption happened and the haunted being turned the entire plane into one singular haunted mansion. So it kind of like trapped everyone in it. But before that, it was like a normal plane of existence, like modern day city style, which makes sense. Like, you know, there's going to be one of those. It's a freaking multiverse.
I'm getting a lot of Dead by Daylight vibes from it, how these people have been like taken and put in this hellscape, but also it's Ghostbusters, let's be honest.
Yeah. Do you think people would be less of a dickhead around this whole like Magic is dead because there's a TV Magic now, if this was like not branded Unfinity or an unset, but like was its own side,
like
thing.
a Universes Beyond type situation?
Yeah, or just like it was like Duskmourn is its own pocket universe where it's like they're experimenting with doing horror.
No, they'd still be dickheads about it. Yeah,
that's fair. Yeah,
because people are dickheads. Then they,
yeah, for sure.
I thought you were going to say if it was some kind of like Kaldheim technological, you know, imaging device or something like that. But
oh no, it was more just like because a lot of the imagery and tone is very like it's so our world, which is why I think people are having like losing their mind about. I don't mind Desmond from Assassin's Creed as a card now. Like, you know, we need to kind of get out of this idea of like what a Magic card looks like and what a Magic card doesn't look like. Like the thing
those people hate the Assassin's Creed stuff as well, though.
Yeah, I know they do. No, fuck off. But like, you know, not everything can be like Stronghold. Like you need to, you know, and that still exists.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, Magic the Gathering is probably the biggest it's ever been, and these are because every bet that they are taking with expanding it outside of that kind of traditional high fantasy universe is paying off massively.
Oh yeah, and we're only going to get more. We're getting so much more next year. So
and it's hilarious, right? Because the casual fan, you would argue, Modern Horizon 3 is like a big set for core players. The casual, I would say, the casual fan doesn't care what a Lorgoyf is, doesn't care what an Eldrazi is, like it, because there's no basis for them to go, oh, that thing I like, I can see it in, you know, in these cards, in these designs. That's why Duskmourn and Bloomburrow are probably going to be some of the biggest Magic sets of all time, because everyone loves Watership Down. I need to put the fucking recording on the screen. Sorry, everyone. I'm really fucking tired. This is a chaos episode, and Kerri's not even here. Sorry, I've just completely lost my point. But basically, just old Magic boomers. Like, your thing still exists, but you know the stuff that you're doing now is only kind of a benefit to the game massively. Anyway, massive tangent.
It's like that, but what you're saying, they've done everything they can with fantasy. You know, they could keep doing it, but it gets so boring. Just doing something new is so much more fun.
For sure.
Yeah, I love this because they're going to get a whole new audience again, like they did with Lord of the Rings, like they did with Warhammer, and yeah, it's going to be great. I'm just so excited for it.
I've seen speculation. This is Garrick. I don't think it's Garrick.
Ooh, I don't know.
Because his mask has got the chip in it as well.
Yeah.
If Garrick did become like a Jigsaw style, like I want to kill everyone in town. That would be very, very cool. But one, Garrick's a big fucking dumb idiot. Like, so I don't think he has the intelligence or skills to set up, you know, a Saw style trap house. And also Garrick's whole thing is about strength over everything. So the whole kind of playing mental mind games doesn't really fit his MO. But the idea of him being the predator and like trying to kill people in South is quite cool, but I don't think this is Garrick. Let us know what you think in the comments.
That's kind of cool. If you scroll up as well, there you go. The universes within or universes beyond, whatever, is 100% going to be Ghostbusters. I called this months ago. They're going to do like how they did Transformers for Brothers War. It's going to be Ghostbusters. As much as I want it to be Dead by Daylight, it's going to be Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters is a the way you need to think about universes beyond is what are IPs that don't give a fuck about their licensing.
Yeah.
Honestly, look at the outside Transformers, because it's Hasbro, so that's like really, really easy to set up. Like Fallout do most things. Doctor Who does most things. The outlier here is Lord of the Rings, but I think that's only because Lord of the Rings was given such a red carpet for what they got, and they got all the press of the one of one ring. Assassin's Creed, Ubisoft will give their license to anyone with who's throwing money at them, and Ghostbusters fits that MO. So like I could 100% see a Ghostbusters Universes Beyond or Transformers, like there are set Ghostbusters cars that come in your pack. It won't be Evil Dead again, don't be silly, they already done that. So,
I was hoping for DBD because there was the newest killer in that is D&D. They've done God, what's he called? The bad guy from Stranger Things.
Vecna.
Vecna's the newest killer in that, and there's like cool. A bard is the hero. So
I think
that's already wizards in there. But
the issue with D&D is it's incredibly niche and only. I think the crossover is quite small. Whereas if you go Ghostbusters cards,
they've already done. I meant that like that was Dead by Daylight and Wizards making like a connection, and then the other way around could have been it being in
yeah, for sure.
In Magic.
Curse recording was shown. It's a 2 red for an artifact. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, put a time counter on curse recording. Then if there are 7 or more time counters on it, remove those counters and it deals 20 damage to you. When you next cast instant or sorcery spell this turn, copy that spell. You may choose new targets for the copy. Cool, cute. Yeah. Just get someone, but you've only got 7 times to do it.
That goes in my Doctor Who deck.
Honestly, if you're not killing someone by the time you've copied 7 of your instants or sorceries, there's probably something wrong with your deck. It's just really, really cool.
Oh, the chainsaw, so good.
Chainsaw.
The paranormal frame, I am all over.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
So, chainsaw is 1 red for an artifact equipment. When chainsaw enters, it deals 3 damage to up to 1 target creature. Whenever 1 or more creatures die, put a rev counter on chainsaw. Equipped creature gets plus X plus O, where X is the number of rev counters on chainsaw. Equip 3. Cool. Sick.
Love it.
Yeah. Paranormal frame treatment's really, really nice.
I love that equipment's now getting ETBs. All the Assassin's Creed equipment have it, which is cool. They come in, they do something, and then they give you a benefit. Because normally equipment, you play it, and then it's not till the turn after you really get to do something with it.
Well, it's because equipment's have probably the biggest, like, what has a bigger feel bad, equipment or auras?
I mean, auras, once they're done, they're done. But
yeah, because they have got like auras, though, play more into the when you cast this, right? Like they have done a lot more of that, and it's like the engine is like your Enchantress likes. So yeah, I think they're trying to fix like the feels bad of like equipment and auras and cards in that design space.
Yeah.
Because historically they just don't typically get played.
Except in equipment decks.
Except in dedicated decks, those strategies, yeah. Is this the scariest magic art like ever on a card? The fucking normal one. I can't see it any further.
It's pretty creepy.
Come back wrong. 2 and a black. Destroy target creature. If a creature card is put into the graveyard this way, return it to the battlefield under your control. Sacrifice it at the beginning of your next end step. Cool. Good story. Cute.
Yep.
Are they going to neon ink for the paranormal frame cards? Because it looks like they're trying to.
I think it's the inverted ones. Is the special?
Oh, the double negatives. So yeah. And then we got our first legendary.
Toby.
Toby, a BC Befriender, 2 and a white for a 1/1 human wizard. When Toby enters, create a 4/4 white beast creature token with this creature can't attack or block alone. It's a cowardly giant, whatever it's called. As long as you control 4 more creatures, tokens. I'm ill. Leave me alone. Don't bully me. As long as you control 4 or more creature tokens you control have flying. Okay, so it makes them like spirits.
The double exposure card. It's nice.
Yeah, those are cool. Those were really nice in foil, for sure. Delirium's back. Yay. So checking how many card types in your graveyard. It's gonna be fun.
Now this is why I now you've said that guy looked like Garrick. The fact that there are characters.
Other
Well, Planeswalkers.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like a memory, or it's like, it's using their bad memories against them, or I don't know. I'm not a story buff, so I don't know. So
I
don't think it is Garrick.
I don't think it is Garrick.
But I think it could be somebody who's got a memory of Garrick.
Because Garrick is like the Jason Voorhees, like Mike Myers, like character chasing you. Like he's not like he's
not the mastermind.
He's not Jigsaw. Yeah. Like, he's not. He's a dumb idiot. He's a dumb, shit brick house of a man. Like, it would feel weird for him to suddenly be behind the screen, being like, ha ha ha.
That's why I think it's like a remnant or a memory or something.
Yeah.
The Wanderer's back.
Wanderer's back. Is
Nashi.
Fixed. Yeah. So Nashi is trapped on Duskmourn. Cool, fun. The Wandering Rescuer. Listeners will know I have troubles with W's and R's. So that's fun. I will not be playing this card. Is 3 white for a 3/4 human samurai noble. Has flash and convoke. Double strike. Other tap creatures you control have hexproof. Cute means the guys that you use to cast this will have hexproof when it resolves. Nice.
Yep.
And then this was a double exposure foil, and then the textured foil double exposure as well. It's really nice.
It's very cool.
Yep.
The texturing's really nice as well, like the rings.
Yeah, like the
radiating out.
Nice.
Really cool.
And then Tyvar is also back.
With a spike bat.
Yeah, which is charged. Yeah. Does he still have his... I need to read up. I read up about Tyvar, but he had like the absorbing man power, right? I can't remember what it's called.
He killed Tybalt. Did he not? Did he kill Tybalt?
Yes. Or he left Tybalt for dead.
Yeah.
But I don't think Tybalt's confirmed dead. I think he was left for dead. Kaito's back. Yay. Is Kaito like the most boring new modern Magic character?
I like Kaito.
He's incredibly boring.
He's a bit generic, but he's a cool little ninja guy.
When the most interesting thing about you is that you carry an origami raccoon, that's probably
Yeah, he's not the coolest of the Kamigawans, but he's not the worst Planeswalker.
Obviously,
the worst character, I guess. We don't have Planeswalkers.
Yeah. So Kaito's back, and then Simone from Strixhaven makes sense. Really cool.
She's the
brains.
Yeah, who's the character from Scooby Doo? It's not Daphne.
Yeah, it's Daphne.
Velma. No, it's Velma.
No, I'm ill. Don't leave me alone.
Simone is the Velma of the group.
And then Nico is the leader as well. So that's cool. We haven't seen Nico since they were on Kaldheim.
I don't know who Nico is.
Nico is
he the guy with like the weird like shards?
Sorry, I'm gonna be that guy. Like
I said, I don't know. Are they the one with the weird shards?
Yeah, they're the glass shards.
Okay, I've never seen them in my life.
They were on Kaldheim. They were like a gladiator, basically.
I came back in the Elden Dynasty, so I'm
okay. Yeah, they had one card, and then they've not been seen since. But it's cool.
It's good.
Makes sense. Like the whole thing is like the glass shards, like beaming light and whatnot. Cool.
Coco.
Coco is back. Special guests. It's cool.
It's cool.
Nice art.
Cool art. Yeah.
Yeah, really cool art. And Winter is a new character native to Duskmourn. Winter has big nightmare, like from Marvel Comics vibes.
He looks like Morrissey from, back then. He looks like he should be in a New Wave band.
Yeah, he really does. Yes.
Fits the vibe.
For sure.
Passes the vibe check. And
then your Denzians of the plane are called Survivors.
This man is straight out of Dead by Daylight. This man is, I can't remember his name.
I mean, like, I think all your survivors are going to look like, they're just going to look like generic, like, tropey survivor type set.
Yeah. They're just normal people, and they've all got those little detectors on them, haven't
they? Yeah. Yeah, this is like a paranormal detector, right?
Yeah.
So they're all wearing them in some shape or form.
It's pretty cool seeing they've just cobbled together survival stuff.
It's really cool that like they're doing art where they're leaving the horrors out of them,
in the background,
and then putting them back in.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, so they're showing art where there are monsters not in it, and then later on there will be. So that's kind of interesting.
I wonder if they'll do like multiple versions of the same card, because they have done that kind of secretly in a few sets recently. There's been like some where I can't remember exactly, but there was like a red version and a green version, and there was something different in the background of the card.
Right.
I wonder if they'll do like monsterless versions, or if
was that Murders? That was Murders.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Was that to do with the ARG? I can't remember.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Which broke Card Market.
Yeah,
because you have to list 1,000 different versions. Mirror Monsters is a art treatment where it looks like the monsters are you are the monster and you're seeing a reflection of yourself in the art, I guess.
It's very fine.
Cool. So Doomsday Excruciator is black for a 6/6 demon. 6 black for a 6/6 demon. 6/6. Aren't they funny? They're so funny. When Doomsday Excruciator enters, if it was cast, each player exiles all but the bottom 6 cards of the library face down. At the beginning of your upkeep, draw a card. Gets the game over done quick, doesn't it?
That's how he does.
Is there anything that like checks how many cards you've got in exile? Like star, power, toughness, great. Like,
yes, there is. What is it? Yeah, there definitely is. It's the commander as well. I can't remember what. It's a nightmare. Nightmare horror. It's like it's power toughness equal to the number of cards in exile.
And then it's a horror set, so the spirits, of course.
Yeah.
Screaming Nemesis is 2 and a red for a 3/3 spirit with haste. Whenever Screaming Nemesis is dealt damage, it deals that much damage to any other target. If a player is dealt damage this way, they can't gain life for the rest of the game.
It's crazy.
This is going in O'Hare Arsenal. 1 second, I'm going to cough again. There we go.
Umbra Sphere Manifest. That's what I'm thinking of. Gets +1/+1 for each card your opponent's own in exile. There you go.
There you go.
Gets huge off that.
Yeah. What colours is it?
Blue black.
Seems sweet.
Yep.
And then yesterday, Japan team announced something they're starting with Dustborn, which is the Japanese showcase or Japan showcase.
I hope these aren't only in Japanese boosters, like the
Strixhaven
ones were. I expect they will.
The Strixhaven ones weren't. They were in collect boosters as well.
Oh, okay.
Yes, they weren't in normal draft or set. They were they might have been in set, but they were definitely in. I'm trying to work out my bad financial decisions. Did I buy collector boosters for Strixhaven? I can't remember. But anyway. you could get the Japanese ones.
Okay. So yeah, they're cute as hell.
Yeah. So they're bringing out a bunch of enchantments. Well, this is already spoiled. Overlord of the Hauntwoods.
It's got the mechanic on it though, impending. Actually tells you what it does.
Yes.
Which I don't remember. You just click on it.
I'll read out the card. So overall, Overlord of the Hauntwoods is a 6/5 Avatar Horror for 3 green. Has impending for 1 green. If you cast a spell for its impending cost, it enters with 4 time counters on and isn't a creature until the last is removed. At the beginning of your end step, remove a time counter from it.
Cool.
Whenever Overlord of the Hauntwoods enters or attacks, create a tapped colorless land token named everywhere that is every basic land type. So it's kind of like the gods with devotion, right? Where it's just like it's an enchantment, it's not a creature whilst it's not fitting a certain criteria.
But I'm assuming that all of these will have an ETB, so you can cast them for the cheap cost, get the ETB, and then you don't get the attack trigger until much later. Or you can cast them for the full cost.
It sits there as an enchantment, not a creature. And then it's got a Japan Showcase, and then it's got Fractured Foil Japan Showcase, which is the most fucking Pokemon ass looking treatment I think I've ever seen on a Magic card.
Have they done like foil borders like that before? I know the red secret there, but
I don't think so.
Border, but
like, I don't think they've ever just like let the holo kind of breathe like that. So it'll be interesting to see if that is a Japan Showcase only exclusive kind of thing going forward. And then Glimmers are a cycle card coming with Duskmourn. These are like the kind of the good hope guys, basically. When they die, they come back, and it's like the reverse of impending. So when they die, they come back, and they're enchantment only. So
it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is really cool. So so Enduring Tenacity is a Snake Glimmer, a 4/3 Snake Glimmer, for 2 black. Reads, whenever you gain life, target opponent loses that much life, because we needed another one of those effects. When Enduring Tenacity dies, if it was a creature, return it to the battlefield under its owner's control. It is an enchantment. It's not a creature. Again, it's got a Japan Showcase and a Fractured Foil Japan Showcase. Yeah, that's a Pokemon ass looking card.
It's very Pokemon, isn't it?
Yeah, like just the amount of holo on it. And then Dustborn has 4 Commander decks led by Aminatu, Winter, Simone, and Valvagoth.
He's the baddie.
Yeah, and then we were playing a game, and I was like, "Oh, it's a horizontal box. That means there's something inside it." It's Arch Enemy, which is cool.
It's cool. There's the three good guys and the villain. So works out.
For sure. Don't need to read about Arch Enemy. Arch Enemy's fine.
No.
And then
this is so cool,
because me and you are suckers for product and marketing.
Yeah, these are beautiful.
The collector box logo, sick, so good.
Yeah,
so nice. And then the Nightmare bundle is a like old CRT like static TV.
I never keep the outsides of the boxes, but that one is 100% being kept.
Yeah. Well, it looks like it's a hard box, doesn't it? Look, because if you look at like the thickness, I mean, it might just be the render.
Actually, it looks like it slides out
like
top down. Yeah, that'd be cool. They're making it because they know people are actually going to want to keep it.
Really nice.
Yeah, enjoy that.
And then your normal products there. Cool. This is released in the end of September, which is very soon.
Yes. We don't need to read this.
Like, this tweet was a bit weird.
Okay. We do need to read this.
Your local game store is always the number one place for all things Magic and Duskmourn. For all things Magic, there should be a comma here, and Duskmourn is no exception. If online shopping is more your thing, you can pre-order here and receive a special sleeve on Arena, and then it's a link to Amazon.
Yeah.
So not only they're just like, by the way, support your LGS, and I backhanded you and said,
here's the thing you can get.
Yeah, but if you buy on Amazon, we'll give you a sleeve. Very, very weird tweet. That feels like it is they had to do it as part of some sort of partnership deal with Amazon. They had to tweet about it, and they were like, "We're just gonna get so much shit for it." And it's like, yeah, you are.
I don't think they've done that sleeve thing with Amazon before.
No, this is the first time they've done it, where it's like if you buy from Amazon, you get something exclusive.
Weird.
Also, if you buy a box from a retailer, you get a collector's booster, which is another thing they've never done before. So this is super interesting. You get a buy a box promo.
I love the promo
and a collector's booster.
That's pretty cool. The collector's booster text is so good. I love it. Oh.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's a bit of me that.
And then Bloomburrow. It's a lot of stuff we've seen before. There's a lot of like commons because they're saving rares for preview week.
Yeah. Looks cute.
It looks cute.
Here we go. It's a rare. Hang on, check that. We'll see that art. See the showcase. Nice.
Showcase Woodland.
It's like a fairy tale style.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cute.
Very Eldraine-esque.
Yeah.
Salvation Swan is a 3/3 bird cleric for 3 and a white with flash and flying. Whenever Salvation Swan or another bird you control enters, exile up to one target creature you control without flying, returns to the battlefield under its owner's control with a flying counter on it at the beginning of the next end step. So is a new Restoration Angel for non-flyers. Restoration Angel was non-angel. So it's cool. Yeah, I played a lot of Standard during Restoration Angel, so that's interesting.
Ravenous Scroll, of course he's back.
And I think that's it. Yeah, that's all they showed on Bloomburrow was like, here's a common cycle and a swan.
Spoiler season starts next week.
Yeah, it's very, very soon.
Yeah.
It's very soon. Cool. Interesting. We are moving over to the Sicko Zone Hall of Fame. It's my choice.
I was getting excited. I thought I'd get a go, but Adam said no.
No, it's my time. You've got 3. I've got 2. It's Kerri next episode. So
I've got 3. Wow, I have.
Yeah, you've had 3. Yeah.
Damn.
I'm putting forward Indestructible Aura.
God. What is this?
Indestructible Aura is 1 white for an instant. Prevent all damage that would be dealt to target creature this turn. That's fine. That's standard. We're used to that. What I want to really focus on here is the fucking art. It rips.
What is that? Oh, cool. He's throwing the horns up. He's a weird.
He's giving it this. He's giving it. This is the back of an Affliction shirt. That's why I love it. He's part bird, part man, and for some reason has stolen Maleficent's clothes.
What is with the body? Is he an insect?
I don't know. The reason I love this is because this is Legends. Where all great Sicko Zone Hall of Fame cards come from. Because it's just fucking bananas. But this has like really, really big, like early 2000s Yu-Gi-Oh energy.
Yes.
Even though it's a card that came out in 1994. I think it's like the ice and the fire. I love the fact that he's like just. Why is the bird so detailed, and then everything else around him is just like crudely sketched?
Can we check the artist? It's
Mark Paul. Mark Paul's incredible.
Oh, so he can draw people.
Oh yeah, Mark Paul is Ancestral Recall.
Ancestral Recall, yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
Like Mark Paul is like a legend.
Yeah.
So I don't know why. I don't know why, and he's still making cards right now. Like,
Yep, he did some Fallout stuff.
Modern Horizon 3.
Modern Horizon 3, yeah, wow. Okay.
Yeah, this is something else. The throwing up the horns is incredible.
It's incredible. I can't get over what's going on with the body. Like, what is?
It's just so like straight.
Yeah,
it's like, and then just bird head.
This is really taking me out of it.
But then also like the
Theodore.
flavor text.
Has Theodore been mentioned anywhere else? Let me check.
Theodore strode the battle line, snatching swords with his bare hands and casting aside until all cowered before him. Is this Theodore?
Is Theodore a real? Do we know who he is?
I don't know. I hope it's not this bird man. That's scary.
Will we see Theodore in this set? Oh no, people just want Theodore to come back. So I think this is Theodore.
Okay. Yeah, this is Theodore will be in like Modern Horizons 4 or some bullshit, you know.
Yeah. List of secondary characters: Theodore, an invincible wizard.
Yeah,
that's what we've got about him.
He's sick. So yeah, this is my my entry for this episode.
It's very good.
This isn't as strong. I know this isn't as strong as Camouflage, just because the Camouflage has the best narrative of all time in terms of the whole package. But I think in terms of art, this is the bird wizard throwing up the fucking devil horns.
The fact that he's throwing the horns is like really speaking to me.
With fucking the most Yu-Gi-Oh like of magic effects hitting him, and he's just like completely unbothered. So yeah, incredible stuff. Where
are you putting it, Adam? Come on, where do you think it deserves to go?
My heart says it's probably down here.
Yeah, I've got an idea of where I think it goes.
For me, it's either above Old Man or below Old Man.
It's the Old Man again. Get Old Man back up. Because Old Man had more going for it than just the art. Old Man had the fact that it's referred to as Old Man in the text.
Yeah. That's true. Old Man's power. Okay, yeah.
I love it, though. I do love the bird head.
It's just... like, it's the fact that this looks like it belongs on like an airbrush t-shirt.
Yeah.
Like,
it's
or like, when you
Power
go
Metal
to like,
Band album.
Yeah, or when you go to like a local town like fair, and they just have like completely questionable stuff just like airbrushed on the side of like the hot dog van or what have you.
Yeah.
Like it feels like it belongs, like it's got like big like county fair energy.
Like at the fun fair, yeah.
Yeah, it's got big fun fair energy to it. Like this is just a smorgasbord of ideas that they've just thrown onto a card, and they're just like, yeah, this works.
I'm just imagining him on a motorbike now with like a babe on the back, and like flames in the background, and no
one will question this just bird throwing up devil horns on the side of the teacups ride.
Yeah.
So I think for me it's like it's either 6 or 7.
If you want 6, if you feel it in your heart, it's 6. Then we put it at 6.
I think Old Man is just stronger.
The irony.
Just because I think you're right. Just because the card text says
there are multiple things going for Old Man.
Yeah, whereas like this has like Elvish Bard energy, where it's like the art so reliant on the art. I did add who.
Updated. It's very good.
We've updated that recently. So so Indestructible Aura is our new number 7. do I have the energy in my heart of hearts to read out this entire list? I'll do it.
I'll read it out if you want.
You do it.
Give your voice a little break.
Thank you.
So at number 11, do we go top down or we normally go one?
I usually go top, like one down.
So number 1, we have Camouflage 30th Anniversary submitted by Jelly. Incredible. Number 2, the classic Elvish Bard Alliances art. The classic. I don't think it's going to take a lot to get above that. Number 3, Amulet of Quaz by Other Adam. Number 4, Florals, Bosom, Wally. Number 5, Reincarnation Legends are Adam. Number 6, Old Man, me. Number 7, our new number 7, Indestructible Aura. Number 8, Imaginary Pet was a Saga submitted by me. Number 9, Shahrazad submitted by Kerri. Number 10, Bone Dancer by me. And number 11, as always, it's Lilybone, the Raging Grandma. I thought you would have made a deck for MagicCon, Lilybone.
Lilybone Raging Grandma is in the white-green Sovereign counters deck.
Okay, good. As long as you got some representation.
Representation somewhere. So that is our update to Sicko Zone Hall of Fame.
That was a long episode, considering.
Yeah, I'm dying. So
we love to yap. We can't help but yap.
I wish.
Want me to take it to the bridge?
Yes, please. End the suffering.
Yeah, thank you everyone for listening to episode 9. We'll be back 2 weeks with a normal episode. Probably talking about Bloomborough. And anything we get up to in the meantime. So if you are listening or watching and there is a positive engagement button, please press it now. A bell, a subscribe, a comment. Please leave some reviews. 5 stars, please, if you please. But yeah, comment, review, all that good stuff. Follow us on our socials. Follow the podcast, Magic Castle Pod. Yep. No. Yeah, got it right.
Yeah?
Magic Castle Pod. It'll all be in whatever description box you're on. Adam will check. It'll be in the description.
How do I know it? Yeah, Magic Castle's Pod. Yeah.
There you go. It'll be in the description. Follow us on TikTok. Watch my dumb edits. And
we're trying to get to 1,000 followers on TikTok so we can stream.
Yeah, we want to stream. So I'll try and cut this up and make it amusing. But yeah, next week we'll be back.